Hello, everyone. So I thought it was important that I shared this moment with you guys by video, just to kind of discuss some things that you may be aware of or may not be aware of that are happening here in the Senate as it relates to my tenure here. And so many of you may know that the Ethics Committee actually met on January 10th and found probable cause to have a public hearing in reference to my removal from the state Senate. That hearing occurred last week, and I was not allowed the actual time needed nor the preparation needed to have adequate counsel there to represent me on my behalf. I was also not informed of the process nor given due time. But that's neither here nor there. Of course, the Senate made the Ethics Committee composition what it wanted it to be, and that means that I had 4 white male Republicans and 1 Black woman sitting on the Ethics Committee to determine whether or not my ousting should go forward. And of course, the committee ruled that they would recommend to the Senate body that they vote for me to be put out of the Senate. And this whole thing has been kind of rushed, so that is actually going to happen on tomorrow, Wednesday, February 2nd at 8:30 a.m. I will, of course, have my attorneys present, and we will discuss the case or answer any questions that are before the body. But you and I both know that I am part of a supermajority Republican legislature, and so whatever the head does, the tail does too. And so I'm not really expecting a favorable outcome tomorrow, to be quite honest with you. But it's important to me that I fight. People ask me, sometimes, why don't you just resign, or why are you going to let them put you out? And I feel like personally that I owe it to my constituents. I owe it to my supporters. I owe it to other Black elected officials who have done the same thing, who have had to go through this, and those who will have to go through this after me. I owe it to everyone to be the person that stands up for myself, to set the precedent that, hey, you don't take this kind of stuff lying down. And for me, resigning is sort of surrendering to the narrative that they want to put out about Black elected officials, when I have spent the last 2 years fighting these accusations, fighting the allegations, fighting the trial, fighting the media, fighting everything as it comes my way to make sure that people know that it is possible. And to be honest with you, this is not a Katrina Robinson thing. This is not a Tennessee State Senate thing. This is not just for me, it's for the people of Tennessee. So what happens tomorrow? We have a Senate hearing, they vote, they put me out. Guess what? We have to wait on the governor to sign an order for the county commission to appoint, which at least will take 30 days. And then there's more time for that person to get seated. And so essentially the district that I represent, Tennessee's 33rd Senatorial District, will have no representation for the entire session, one of the most critical sessions in the last 10 years. And that's really what this is about. This is about people having representation. This is about not setting the precedent with removing Black elected officials when you're mad that they are winning the fight that you thought was fixed. This hasn't happened in over 20 years. And the last time it happened, guess who was in the hot seat? Another Black elected official. However, over the course of those years, we've had sitting senators who had admitted to $6 million in Medicare fraud. We had senators who have admitted to opioid prescription fraud for their mistress and cousin. We've had senators who are openly investigated the entire time they're sitting and then finally indicted and given condolences on the floor. But the moment that a Black woman fights and gets to the end to where it doesn't look like you all are going to be successful, now you got to put her out before there's anything else that happens in her favor. And so that's what is basically occurring. It's disappointing that this has become such a partisan issue, such a racial issue, when really it's just me just fighting to clear my name and to be the representative that I know that my district deserves, and to serve my tenure out. And I'm one that thinks that the people make the decisions. The people that elected me make those decisions. These people in this legislature are not my audience. They are not who I'm here to represent. I'm here to represent the people back home. And if the people back home elected me to this seat, let them have who they elected. And until I am no longer legally able to hold the seat, then I represent the people of the 33rd Senatorial District. At the point which I would become ineligible to hold the seat, that's a different discussion. And so to answer people's question as to why I don't resign is because I'm not guilty of a crime. I understand what the jury found, and I understand, we have to go through the legal process, but me resigning basically feels like succumbing to that narrative, and I'm not willing to do that. And I'm not willing to leave the people hanging. And I feel like it will be a slap in the face to those who are back home supporting me. And please understand, I appreciate every word of encouragement you send, every dollar you send in support of my legal fund. Everything that you all have done in support of me, I really, really appreciate it. And that is why I am fighting this thing until the very, very end, until there's nothing left to fight about. And I hope that you will continue to support me. We know what the outcome may most likely end up being tomorrow. But I just want you to know that even if I'm not here, I'm still advocating for people in the district. I'm still doing my work, even through this trial and this journey over the past couple of years. I've been adamant about doing the work of the people in spite of, and I will continue to do so whether I'm in elected office or not. And I want to restore people's confidence in the fact that you do have a voice. You do have the option to fight, and it's nothing to lay down to. This has been not even one of the hardest things I've been through in my life, and I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I don't wish it on anyone, but I still want to be the example. And I know you see me smiling and people say she's sharp and all that kind of stuff, but this has been tough. And the nights that I cry, nobody gets to see. The days that I wake up and everything is falling apart, nobody gets to see. But I do want you to see this fight because I want you to be inspired to do the same. So thank you for what you've done to be supportive to me. I will be broadcasting what's happening in the morning so that the people are aware and informed. We have received letters of support from the Tennessee Black Caucus, the National Black Caucus of State Legislators, the NAACP, the Shelby County Commission, who is not willing to even take up the appointment, the Shelby County Legislative Democratic Caucus. We have had a number of people to write in support of me staying in this seat and going through the legal process, letting that process play out so that the people have representation and my constitutional rights are not violated. However, as we know, those in the supermajority don't really listen to things like that, but it matters. And with that being said, I just want to wish you all much love and appreciation for everything that you all have done. And I want you to stay tuned to what's next after this. As you know, there's always something. So thank you so much. Please watch tomorrow so you see how this thing works. And love and respect, peace and blessings. Thank you.